Alright, welcome back to another episode of Game Crafters, where we are finishing the base line of the third zone, minus this part here. I will get to that at some point, but for right now, my main objective is clear. To finish these last 4 segments of walls, and then we get to the next part, which is going to basically just be us trying to, go through the whole song and dance of making all the prefabs and decorations to scatter around this here place to make it look more mountainous. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Ideally, it's going to be a short one, but there's a few things that have occurred throughout the course of time that has, made me think I wasn't going to get a lot of time done with today. For example, I was supposed to stay over at work for an hour, but apparently something happened to where I wasn't needed anymore. So luckily I was able to get an hour back. My main concern here was getting done with, of course, the Heavenly Deadland episode. Also, this is not where this is supposed to be. Look at the map, goddammit. This is where you're supposed to be. Anyways, yeah, I got to get that done with. Simple as that. And I got some outline finished, but it's not enough. I got a lot of work to do there. Needless to say, there's a whole lot occurring within these episodes this month, and I didn't get as huge of a head start as I thought I was going to get, which kind of sucks, but it's expected. At this point, it is kind of expected. Overestimating my ability to get these things done with quickly. Just, things take a lot longer to make than it feels like it should. But certain aspects of certain drawings take forever, like the little lunars that I've drawn or whatever in that one drawing. Yeah, those little mini lunas definitely did take a lot of time to get made. Also, it didn't help that the drawing I made of Moon and her friends basically doing a unique dress up. That also didn't help with how long that took to get made. I mean, all things considered, unique outfits and then trying to get the poses right and making it look good and trying to make the outfits have a bit more detail to them definitely took a long time to get done with. Stuff like that really is kind of what's, taking a long time to get made. At this point, I should expect it. I kind of made February to be a more complex month to get stuff done with. So yeah, it is technically my fault for how complex it is. But at the same time, my God. You don't realize how complex these things are until, you've made it and now you're just over here with all of this time that was, there saved up, all this extra time, and now all that extra time vanished. Well, not vanished. It's still there. It's just I don't really have a head start anymore now. Now I'm trying to get something done within a reasonable time frame here and posting it on Thursday, which I feel like I could get it done with and finished Wednesday, so that shouldn't be a problem. No, the problem that I'm mostly concerned about here is simply just just trying to get a head start for the warp room, the next warp room drawing that I've got planned. A head start for that would be great, not gonna lie. All things considered. What the? I made you 0.5, you fool. Why were you a 4? It's fine. So yeah, and we're kind of trying to get some time to work on that. Shouldn't take that long, I don't think. It's hard to say, really. You know how it is. You know how the time frames are and how certain things take a while to get made. You've heard me complain about it dozens of times before. It's a good complaint, though, because it means we're getting some quality and quantity. Though the quantity here is basically just like, what, 12 drawings a month? I'd say that's a pretty, like, normal amount of drawings to make a month. But that's just me. You know, I feel like that amount is pretty normal for the amount of effort that's put into these creations. Okay, well, I guess this is all even here. So yeah, I mean, there's only like, what, 4 drawings left for this month? And we do have a decent time frame here, you know, with it being the 17th and all. Soon to be 18th. If you remember my equation that I said in the last episode, that probably not many really were here to watch it, and the same thing applies to here. We're doing good equation-wise, it seems. Like, 4 drawings left, 2.3 each day. It doesn't matter. The point of the matter here is, since we're not here yet, we're still good. We still have like 4 days for, you know, this thing that we gotta get done with. This next drawing. But, well, I lost my train of thought. That's very annoying. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, we don't have the head start anymore. Now, granted, I don't think we're gonna, like, not get a head start. It's just that now we only really have, I would say, a day or 2 potential head start, depending on how long it takes for me to get Warp Room. If now I'm estimating if now I'm estimating that we'll be done with it by here and posting it with maybe a few time left to hopefully record Game Crafters there, because I feel like I should just record Game Crafters every Thursday so I don't end up having to record it the day before it's supposed to come out. But I digress. Well, fuck you, 7 then. I digress. The point I'm trying to make here is that we're going to get some head start, but it's not like what we're going to have before, which... Wasn't that like only a few days head start, technically? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. So if that's the case, we're on par for being finished with it. Oh. We're on par with being finished with everything. I would say the main issue that we have here is I thought I was going to get the Warp Room done and posted Sunday, and then I can work on the 2 quick drawings, then post Thursday. Okay, I guess regardless, it still would have ended up third. Well, the next one I have is Return to the Island, 3 years later, with spoilers for those who keep track of that. The very few who keep track of that, Izzy. I say the 3 years later part because canonically they are, of course, 19 after World Star. What the fuck was it? Total Drama World Tour? Or was that Action? I don't remember. Wherever the fuck they are now, they're adults, except for like a select few that whose name I can't. Well, one name I remember is Dawn, but I don't quite know where she's at in terms of that. So, unfortunately, probably can't draw. That's fine. We still got Gwen, who we at least know is probably around 20 now, depending on what season we're on. 2021 as the OG cast. I don't know why I'm telling you this. You probably already know or don't give a damn. The point I'm trying to make here is that's what I gotta do for this particular, or at least the one with Izzy, for this particular subscribe star drawing. Whoops. There we go. And it's going to be a big one, so it's probably going to take a little bit of time. Oh, big. 4 on 1, maybe. Aliens. Alien women, of course. You know what I draw, you know what I draw. You know I'm not going to draw men on women. Might be women on men, depending on, you know, the femininity. What a word. But yeah, you get the point I'm trying to come across here. Oops. The other one I have in mind is Jericho. Because I think having 2 Orges made for the month of February will help allow me to save some for later months and whatnot. Makes sense, right? All things considered. Wait a minute. What am I doing? Okay, never mind. I thought I grabbed some from there. We're good. We're good. I think also apparently, yeah, you're that. And it's no secret. I said it before in the other one. All right. Okay, give me a second. I got to figure out what exactly do I want to do here. I have something in mind for this. A nice little cave, make it kind of look like a snake's head, because this is supposed to lead into the snake tunnels. Just at least the idea for this one in particular. Seems simple enough, I'd suppose. 11, sure, why not? So yeah, back to what I was saying before, we have the rest of this month pretty much probably pegged down for us being able to get that finished without too many issues. I don't entirely know. Of course, why would I? I can't predict if I'm going to be able to keep up with everything properly and flawlessly. So there's no point in trying to predict what we're going to get done with, you know? No point in trying to predict that at all. We'll just go with the flow, see what we can do, and see how much we can get done with. No clue what March's set of drawings are going to be, or how long they're going to be. I feel like it shouldn't be too bad, but, you know how it goes. Alright, let's see. I think I could probably bring this out and make it 2 and bring it up by 1 and make it 7. But if that's the case, I'm going to need you to go out by 1, make you 5. And you to go up here and make you 3. All this to try to make it look like a snake's head, kind of. That's the wrong number, fool. Alright. I don't even know how much of this you're going to see, though, in all honesty. Though it's not like it matters that much. We have a plan, and that plan is simple. Maybe make this one like 11. Nope. How about 7? And 5. And we'll just do the same thing and duplicate these and move them over to here. How about right here, right there? And maybe here-ish. It's going to be a bitch and a half to set up properly, but it's fine. What I can and should do here, at least, is make this 15, bring it down. Make this 15, bring it down. I don't know how much the sides here matter, but I guess I could at least still... Yeah, well, oh. I could at least still do this, kind of. And then we can get everything here set where it needs to be set. So I make it like 5, 5, 5. Boulder-esque. I don't think the interior here is going to matter too much because you're not going to see it You're not going to see it at all, really. You're going to see like a nice cave here, probably with some spikes on the ground. I think they're called stalagmites, because hang on tight, stalactites. I don't recall if stalagmites had a certain phrase, but the hang on tight part is pretty memorable, so why would might need it? Why would might guy need it is the good question to ask ourselves every now and again. Also, if you can't tell, I'm still tired. Ah yes, the common trope of me always being tired. Why am I always tired? Well, I didn't get good sleep again. No surprises there, in all honesty. Why would there ever be a surprise? It's pretty goddamn obvious why I'm freaking tired. It does not take the rocket of scientist to understand the reasonings behind me being tired. All right. Yeah, you're probably going to be one of these because of why are you down one? What the whatever. Easy fix. Why were you down one? I don't know. We don't really need to be that. I mean, again, it doesn't matter, but if I were to ever somehow like set up an opening of all this stuff, I at least want it to look like, you know, as a reasonable sized hole. Does this look reasonable to you? Whoops. Does this look like a reasonable hole to you? Now, it looks kind of reasonable, I suppose. Maybe make this 49. Bring it up 1. Oh, yeah, there we go. Didn't really need to do all that, but whatever, it's fine. And you're still a bit away from everything, so that should be fine enough to set up. How much time has passed so far? Alright, so it's nearly 20 minutes. No, I already grabbed that one. 73! Is that really how big that is? Yeah, it is, but it doesn't nearly reach where it needs to reach. Okay, make it 71 then. It doesn't exactly matter. Well, no, actually, it kind of matters. Okay, how about 79? We bring it down. But... ugh, really? Again, doesn't matter. It kind of doesn't, but I'm still going out of my way to fix it anyways. 9. No, wrong direction. 9. Also, I think I might have... yeah, no, unless that was down by 1, I think I might have moved that a bit too far in. Ooh, man. Maybe make this one a 9. There we go. And keep this one as a 9 or a 7. 7s are good too. Maybe make this one a 47, bring it up. I don't know what the other side's going to look like. That's the thing. It could be a number of things. I don't know what it could be. I have no clue. All that matters is that we just get this all set up the way it needs to be set up. So I need you to be 2. And I need you to be 2 as well, because apparently you were 4 and I didn't even realize. Alright, great. This might take way longer than I expected it to take, but I should have expected. I should have expected, but I didn't expect. Things take a long time to make. Such a long time. A long damn time to make. It's very upsetting how long some things take to make when you think it's not going to take that long. I'm over here thinking, it should be a 40-minute recording. I might use the full 1 hour. I don't know. It's long. It's very long. Extraordinarily long. You gotta question how it got that long. Because it's such an unnatural length of longevity and whatnot. Yes, it's long, is what I'm trying to get at here. Also, that I felt like I didn't press the D in time, but apparently the program thought I pressed the D in time. It's fine. So long as the D was pressed. It doesn't feel like it's taken that long, so maybe it's not that bad. Who knows? Well, I know. It takes a lot. I mean, there's a lot going on in this zone. It would make sense that it would take a bit of time to load. Also, I at some point want to get to work on adjusting the occlusion, learning a bit more on how to do that. Because that's going to be important for many reasons, one of which is to increase optimization. I just got to figure out how I'm going to do it and how it's going to work, because there are some aspects to the zones and the way it works that is like, we kind of do need some things rendering, like, for example, an enemy moving across several different grid spaces. I'd say that's important just primarily due to the fact that I don't want an enemy to just run off the map and go into the middle of nowhere. Makes sense, right? You don't want an enemy just going off the map because the area it was in deloaded, or the area it was going to is deloaded. Nothing loading in. I'm assuming that's what occlusion does. It's not like there's that many, bits and pieces here that are, physical is the word I'm looking for. These aren't physical. Everything and anything can go past them. The only things they have is the mesh and the mesh render. That allows them to be seen. I don't know why we would need a mesh when we could just have like 4 polygons. I mean, I guess we do kind of need that. Because say if I did this, it becomes a cylinder, but this is a cube. None means it disappears, which we do need that. And we need a mesh renderer to have the, map wall be what it needs to be. Makes sense, right? Obviously, I don't know why I'm telling y'all this. Some of y'all already know what it is and why these 2 segments are needed. But if you are ever curious why these 2 are needed and why we're not removing them to save space, well, there's your answer. Shish. Your answer is this is what makes it visible. And this is what makes it the color that it needs to be, which is not pure black and not pure white, because we still need to have shadows and light and cast and shine upon these things, but you know, just enough to where you get the point. It looks like the typical wall objects that you see, and of course it looks like the typical floor objects that you see. All of these are very important components that make up this game. But I will say, building a world like this is long and tedious. I imagine having a team would allow this to go by a lot quicker, but I'm solo right now. And plus, having a team means that there would be a deadline, and we definitely would not be hitting that deadline if we had one. I mean, no money is being spent making this, by the way. Except, like, electricity bills, but I'm always using my computer, so I can just consider that to be the natural price that I pay to do stuff on my computer. I mean, isn't it obvious? Also, why did I make that? I don't know. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make here is we have a long road ahead of us. Everything is long, as I've said. Also, is this... I mean, I guess it doesn't exactly matter. What I could do, at the very least, is give this a bit more depth by adding in this. The side of the walls. Oh, but don't go too far down, because things will just mix together that it should not mix together with, like that. Huh, I thought I was, turns out I wasn't. I thought I had 2 blocks. Oh, it's fine. Shouldn't be that difficult of a fix. This one, however, should be 2 blocks. Perfect. All right, great. I am definitely a bit nervous about going into Reaper's studio again to make music. I have an idea on where I want the Ruined Forests music to be. But getting the time to actually do that, though, yeah, that's another story. But if I can get to being able to finally do that, then, yeah, we should be pretty much golden for that entire segment there, I'd say. I would hope. Just, again, it's going to be a little tricky to kind of get the hang of going back into the studio again to do all of that. But I will be ready. I gotta remember the certain limitations that the programs have, so I don't just end up constantly being aggravated with, things. I do vaguely remember having to wait for everything to load in, which kind of sucks, but, it is what it is. Shouldn't be what it is, though. It should just load its damn ass. But whatever. Anyways, we're almost done with this segment. I find this one to be quite interesting. Because as you can see, the snake head over here represents the cave that you are going in. The snake head is there to give you a sense of adventure as you go into a new and exciting region that's not a part of the main path. It's a side quest that is technically necessary to complete in order to get to a voice log in an area you couldn't get to otherwise. And of course, that would mean that your sense of adventure becomes increased and stuff. I don't know, for some reason, after I finished drawing the box of chocolates, I messed up the perspective a little bit and decided, you know what, I'm going to describe this as an eccentric decor design director guy thing and say that this is a triangular kitchen that has a counter just off on the side that you open up and enter into your kitchen space, to which then you can close the counter door, allowing you to have more counter space around your small kitchen. You have your own little space where you can do anything you need to do when you cook your food and prepare your ingredients. All together in one spot. I don't know. Just for some reason, I decided to go down that route. And I don't want to go down it again because I was stuck doing that, describing me making my freaking dinner for like a good solid probably 10 minutes. And after I talketh to myself, entertainment. Basically, it's no different from YouTube. Imagine trying to do that kind of bit in your head, and you can't really keep track of your thoughts that easily. Yeah, that's right. Also, I didn't mean to have that be. It's fine. This is a decorum. Stop it, brain. Where am I? What am I? I need you to not be a dick every day. Wait, is this... Okay, no, it is 11. Okay, well, you know, it's something. And something is better than nothing. I really question how many objects we have here. There's gotta be a lot. There's gotta be over like 100,000. No, okay, it can't be 100,000. But there's a lot. There's a lot in the baseline. Oh my god, this goddamn chair won't shut the fuck up. Okay, I think all of that should be good. How much time is left? 27 minutes. Jesus Christ. As I've said, this is taking quite some time to get made. As expected. I don't know why I expected anything other than that. Of course it was going to take a while to get made. This is not something we could get made very easily. Also, I decided to make a nice snake head to showcase that, yes, we're entering it. Fucking shit, I forgot this. It's fine. It's not that big of an issue. Also, I was so focused on the mountaintop, I forgot about all of this. And that's the wrong direction again. Okay, 11. This one can probably also be... No, this one looks... No, it is 11. And this one's probably 7. But down 1. Great. I don't think we need anything more in this department. Have it end there, and that should be it. Alright, perfect. Now let's go on ahead and bring this over here. Alright, great. There's some more components here we gotta worry about. No problem. 15 and fill in the rest. Alright. Also, yeah, I should probably talk about this. We still got a lot left in the current DLC landscape of Borderlands 1. Now, I thought we were going to be getting through General Knot's DLC pretty quickly, but I failed to remember the sheer length of the DLC compartments within certain aspects in certain areas. Now, I don't know if we have another one. We have to have another one in the last area we go to before we get to the armory. So a little spoilers for the next episode that's coming up soon. Yeah, we still are in the whatever the hell that area is called. I don't remember. We're still in that area though. With the depressed or devastated midget and his purple juice. He wants his purple juice, and I got him his purple juice, and now that I gotta kill the abomination of Sledge turned into a midget, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, we got that to do. And then we gotta go figure out what the hell Scooter wants, the AP something. And then we go and we kill Mr. Shanks, finally. Something we've been waiting to do for a while. We're going to do soon. Then, once we do soon, we will be able to go and do the things that need to be done, which is hopefully go back to town and get all of those quests handed in. Ideally, yes. But we'll see how it all pans out. I don't exactly know how long it's going to take to do all the things that we need to do. Also, we don't have any 3s here. I need to make one of these 3. It's fine. Make this one a 4, make this one a 9. Bring this over. Okay, I know there's going to be more going over. I don't know how it's going to look or what it's going to be or when it's going to be, but all I know is it's going to be there. At some point, it is going to be there. First things first, let me do this and then I go down here and fill this in. We're almost done with the baseline. After that, I think I'm going to make the another level. Most likely. I mean, why not? No reason for me not to, right? Okay. Alright, this should be easy enough. 7 or 9. 9. Perfect. So not that much left here for me to have to do. Also, let me go back to here. Yeah, there's not that much left, all things considered. We are quite close. But, oh man, am I tired. It's fine. I can get this done with, and I can immediately start working on what needs to be worked on. Hopefully get a lot of progress done with there, and hopefully go to sleep early. Huh. Couldn't say that without having a single laugh. I don't know. Probably not going to get to bed early, and we'll see what happens. Can't guarantee it. After all, why would I guarantee something that's hardly ever happened? I think that's 11? Yeah. What number are you? Are you even? I'm going to say you're even. Yes, I was right. Feels good to be... Right. I don't know why we went feral there, but we did. I'm just very tired is all. Don't mind me. See, this is why I gotta record these every Thursday. Well, what difference would it make? I would still be tired. No difference would be made. I would still be tired. Nothing I do would end up making me less tired. Also, trying to come up with words to say when there's not really a lot going on is a lot more difficult. I guess that's kind of why I hold off recording this until like way later. I know I shouldn't, but you know, I end up doing that anyways. I feel like just me not having a lot to talk about, and of course me being tired, ends up with me not doing too much of recording this on the time frame that I need to record it, which ideally should be either Saturday or Sunday, just so I can close out recordings. So yeah, I do believe I should at least be trying to record this every Thursday. We'll see how this pans out because, you know, reasons and stuff. Okay, so we got like less than 20 minutes to get one more. What are you doing, cat? Why are you sniffing my band-aid? You're scratching it, which is making a sensation that's making spine tingles down my back. Stop sniffing that. Don't give me that look. No, stop it. Stop. Freaking, I got a freaking cut from work, and my finger just would not stop bleeding. It was very annoying. Like, extremely annoying. At least, you know, it wasn't too bad, but, you know, now I got this annoying cut that has this annoying stinging sensation. Well, I do have a higher tolerance of pain. It still annoys the shit out of me that I got a cut like that. Now, what was the cut, you might ask? Well, let me just say, it's a very small cut that's like right here, a gash. How did it happen? My hands just so happens to grace the screw on the door, and apparently that was enough for my skin to be like, well, time to rip off. And then, boom, it, you know, a cut occurred and it bled a bunch and wouldn't stop bleeding for a while until who knows how long. I could tell you the bandage was kind of covered with a lot of it, so probably a while. Stupid stinging sensation when I'm trying to, like, wash the dishes was annoying as hell. It's just an agitating sting, really. And uncomfortable. That's how agitating it is. It's an uncomfortable sting. Wish I didn't have to deal with it. Who knows how long I'm going to have to deal with this stupid frickin' sting. It's dumb. Wish it wasn't like that. Wish my body was way more durable. I get a shallow cut from my cat whenever she's playing, but yet a screw makes me bleed like a liter of blood. Exaggerating, I know, but it felt like that because of how much freaking came out. Ridiculous, stupidly ridiculous, stupendously ridiculous. I cannot come up with any more words to describe how ridiculous it is. But now that I'm home, I got my Neosporin, a new Band-Aid. So hopefully it heals up quickly so I don't gotta deal with this nonsense. Obviously. The less of that I have to deal with, the better. Alright, let's see. We're almost there. Oh no, hold on. Make it 15. We're almost there. Doot. There we're almost. Oh, right. I forgot about this tidbit. I don't know why I decided to do this. This is the most asinine means of having this all connect like this. Whatever. It's fine. We're just going to connect it, and we're going to do the thing that needs to be done, and then continue. Alright. Make it a 7. And make it a 3. Eventually these will connect whenever we make the frozen tops. I don't know when that's going to be. Frozen tops is a side zone that doesn't have too many importance outside of a, you know, a voice log and a skull lever. Yeah, let's not forget, even if there is no voice logs or keys, the zones that you go to that, you know, despite everything, doesn't have a, what you call it, those particular zones, they possess a skull lever for you to pull. Okay, I don't know why I didn't just do this and have this be this. Also, wait, couldn't I just have you be 5 then and move you back 1? Yeah, no, what am I doing? Well, we're almost there. I just gotta work down this mountain. And that'll be that. Shit. It's all evens. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe this is all not even. Let's find out. It's even. It's all even, except for you. How can you all be evens? Ugh. By the way, I have pizza again, so a little bit gaseous. I really gotta not eat pizza before recording, but I wanted a quick thing to eat, and I already had 2 leftover pizza slices from the pie I made Sunday? Or heated up Sunday, but you know what I mean. Yep. That's all I gotta say about that. That I gotta get this done with so I can start just mindlessly create what needs to be created while I watch Lord Minion 77 do RL Craft after the fucktastrophe that they had just went through with the battle tower. You know, there was a few things, because I have seen Captain Sparkles play RL Craft a whole bunch. Definitely a vast difference. If you've seen the recent RL, well, recent, I don't know if there's another one, but the most recent one with him, Zine, and I think Pete, it's been a while since I've seen it. I didn't even finish it yet. I kind of just left it on the back burners for some reason. I mean, I guess there's a bunch of other things to have on, and to not have something on that I kind of need to watch to focus on is not, it's kind of detrimental to my abilities to get stuff done with. Because right now, it's pretty easy to just have it on in the background for Wade and JP and Molly, because basically their farming experience, because if they go anywhere, they die. They haven't gotten to the point yet where they need to find the pink crystals to increase their HP points. I'm sure somebody has told them, or maybe they didn't, but I'm sure they at least have some general idea on what they need to find, but they gotta level up and not die to be able to get the things that they need. Even then, there was like a few things I was a bit like anticipating. One of the events is the cobblestone, you know, can be turned into lava from a certain mobs that spawn from an event. That was what I was kind of expecting to have happen when they first made their house out of nothing but cobblestone. But the battle golem basically destroying their house for no reason. I don't know why it was targeting the house. I feel like it was targeting the bed, and it was like, I see a bed. I should shoot the bed so that they stop spawning here, and I'll be free of them constantly trying to attack me and annoy me up on my tower. Which is hilarious if it actually has that, like, what do you call it? Detection thingy. But that one was another thing. Another thing that was like, they're not gonna go up there. They're just gonna stay down there and do their thing. And then mistakes were made. I was like, oh god, it's gonna go wrong. I know it's gonna go wrong. I've seen it go wrong before. I've seen the battle. The golem snipe Captain Sparkles from across a swamp as they dealt with a whole bunch of piranhas trying to get their shit back. I've seen this before. Wait, I've seen this before. I can't do Skip's voice. I've seen this before. I've seen this before. Whatever. I can't do Skip's voice, but you know who else can do Skip's voice? My mom. Anyways, we finished. By the way, I don't know why I'm stalling for time. There's no need to stall. We're done. We did the thing. For now, I still got a few other things to do, but next episode we're going to work on the levels. Looking at this, it doesn't seem. I mean, without this made, it doesn't seem that big compared to, say, something like the Grasslands, which if you were to. Well, I mean, no, the Grassland's pretty small. You could tell because there's 219 grid spaces, while the High Cliffs is very small. I mean, how many grid spaces does this have? 162. So not a lot. You got the Mountainous Cross, what do you call it, with its 363 grid space. This one is big. This one is huge, and we're not even done yet. There's a lot of decorations that gotta get made, but we'll worry about that later. Honestly, there's not a whole lot here I need to do. So thank you all for watching today's episode of Game Crafters. We're done. It almost used up the hour, but hey, we got what we could get done with. So thank you all for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, previous episode of Game Crafters right over here, and the most recent episode of Subnautica right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode. Later.